Fortunately, it's not raining now. So hopefully we're good for this hour. It said it should only be a 30% chance of rain the rest of the morning. It's going to be really rainy the next couple days though, so I probably won't get any of these outside. I'm going to have to do them all on the bike indoors. We'll see what we get this morning for people flowing in. Hopefully we get a nice, healthy, robust stream. This one yesterday got, for this morning one, I did 4 lives yesterday doing the cardio. This one got like 600 views. I'll take it. It's not amazing, but they're going up. That's the main thing. Every day these have been going up and I'm picking up subscribers. So we're on the right track. Rufio says, first, what's up, Rufio? Give me a like, brother. Leg day, Rufio. I couldn't really squat today. For some reason, my legs were really, really hurting. I couldn't get into my groove, and now they're pain-free now that I did belt squats. But I did 1 set of squats and then called it. But the other stuff went pretty good. All right, the other stuff went really good. I'll have the vlog up here later, obviously. So, added another inch to the deficit deadlifts. I'm doing them at 5 inches now. So yeah, I'm gonna make some adjustments there. Again, hopefully we get a nice little healthy stream like we've been getting on these lately. They've been doing good. Trying not to ban people if I don't have to, but some people, there's things I have to remove. Like I have filters in place for a certain reason. There are topics I absolutely cannot allow. And I'm not gonna go into why. But like I don't have a choice. So, but other things I can allow through just within reason. Like if I don't ban people, it actually goes better, but it's just people go crazy. Like, so I have to get rid of some stuff. Man, we lost a like. So someone undid a like, Rufio, did you see that? But so far, this is slower than we've been getting. Slower than we've been getting. Wonder why. But I think I need to figure out how to do calf raises on my belt squat machine next. Honestly, I just need to reduce some of the load I'm getting from some of that stuff, right? Do pause squats so I can go lighter and doing the really deep deficit deadlifts so we can reduce just the axial fatigue while I'm doing all this walking. Hey, notification, give me a like, man. You're gonna call me grandma because I got a beard and chest hair. There we go. Now we're getting some people in here. Let's get those likes going. See what I mean, Rufio? We're getting them in here already, but that's okay. Just gonna let them flow, right? Hey, Bozo, why don't you hit that like button for me? Yeah, so it was leg day, and like I said, it was a briefer workout because I just did 1 set of squats, 1 set of deadlifts, and all my supplemental work. Also trying to figure out how I want to get the bench set up to really do the hip thrust the way that I like. What do you think of David Goggins? You guys know my rule. I hate when people ask me, what do you think of? Because I don't have an hour to talk about one topic. So could you ask me a very specific question about David Goggins? See what I mean? Because I mean, we could go in 10 different directions with Goggins. Is there something specific you want to know about what I think about David Goggins that I could cover in 1 minute? All right. Is there a pension fund designed for fitness trainers? I have no idea. What do you mean? That is, what country are you from, by the way? OJC. Tell me what country you're from, because that's not like a thing. I don't think the term pension fund is an American thing. Like we don't, I don't hear that term in America. All right, what color Speedos? I don't have Speedos, I have black shorts on. Do I think he's strong? No, David Goggins isn't strong. Objectively speaking, you're asking a strength coach and an elite power lifter, do I think an endurance guy who's small is strong? No. Is he insanely fit? Yes. All right. I took your advice about staying close to, oh my God, light. That's not what I told you to do, but that's okay, man. All right. Oh, we're getting them in here. Hit those like buttons for me, guys. All you guys are commenting or not getting likes, get those likes up. So here's my thing. I'm going to quote some other coaches out there. I've heard this line uttered. All right. What do most of the top coaches and trainers tell you? when it comes to the topic of ex-Navy SEALs. Okay? Do not get your fitness advice from ex-Navy SEALs. They're a horrible source of fitness information. Okay? They have a different mindset. They usually have destroyed their bodies and have injury after injury after injury. They're amazing at what they do. So you go to David Goggins when you want to take over a small country, right? If you want to build an insurgency and you want to take over, say, maybe a city or a town or a really small country, that's when you go to David Goggins and go, hey, homie, help a brother out. Don't go to him for fitness advice. You're just going to get hurt. He's going to injure you. All right. Fine. Man, we're getting all the weird sexual comments this morning. That's okay, though. That's engagement for me. Y'all putting money in my pocket, and I'm not even going to address you guys. We don't need to cover any of y'all's nonsense. But hit that like button for me, guys. And let's see if we can get some actual fitness topics. So that would be kind of my thing on David Goggins. His stuff is too extreme. He hurts himself, so he's definitely going to hurt you. So don't take his fitness advice. But again, he was a Navy SEAL, so again, if you need to take over a city or a small town, that's the man you want. Right? So thus far, we've had like 2 fitness-related comments. You're walking for so long. Where are you headed at? I'm literally just doing fasted-less cardio. I'm cutting right now. This is what I'm doing to burn through calories. How can I pull 4 or 5 without becoming a fatty? Becoming a fatty will make it harder. Fat actually doesn't help deadlifts. Fat helps your squat and bench press. So if you gain fat, it actually makes deadlifting harder. All right. You got the head structure. Johnny Sins, the greatest doctor of all time. Johnny Sins isn't just a doctor. He's an astronaut. He's a teacher. He's a construction worker, right? He's done all those things. Like, he's had more jobs, I think, than anybody on earth, right? So, yep. All right, guys, let's get the lights flowing. Come on. So it gets the view count up. I think some of these other people got bored because I didn't respond to their nonsense. We just keep it going. All right, so what else we have? If I'm looking to recomp, how much cardio should I be doing? Cardio itself is not necessarily required for recomp. Recomp is mostly about, are you at calorie maintenance? Is your training dialed in? You getting sufficient protein? Okay, that's where your recomp happens. So if you're asking how much cardio should you do, well, if you're at maintenance and you add an extra 1,000 calories and you want to recomp, you'll need to do 1,000 calories of cardio. Make sense? If you just ate normal maintenance, you could do 0 cardio in recomp. So literally, the amount of cardio you would do while recomping would be completely dependent upon how many calories you want to eat and what your maintenance is. Hey, hungry, I've already told you that. You already know that 1 pound a month is enough for anybody to make good gains in strength and muscle. Any human being on earth. All right. Hey, Jason, Boy is getting, what? I'm not getting old. I'm 48, home skillet. What are you talking about, old? Hit that like button. Nigerian Prince, hit that like button for me, though. What? I remember when you were a 35-year-old man. Yeah. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 13 years. So I was 35 when I started doing YouTube. Pegasus is 1 kilogram per week. What are you talking about? 1 kilogram what per week? There's no context for your question. So Pegasus, please re-ask your question a different way so that I can understand what it is that you are asking me. Man, this is the slowest stream I've had in days. Then again, we're only 10 minutes in. It'll pick up. All right. Losing weight, 1 kilogram a week, that's a lot. How fat are you? If you're not over 150 kilograms, you're going to lose considerable muscle doing that. So the amount of fat loss that you can get away with without losing muscle completely depends on how much body fat you have. So you can burn through approximately 60 calories per kilogram of body fat you can liberate. And anything beyond that is almost guaranteed muscle loss per day, right? So that's pretty much your upper limit. I mean, you'll probably still lose muscle if you're not careful, but you're guaranteed to lose muscle beyond that. Would you still recommend YouTube as a career? No, I've never recommended YouTube as a career path. Hey, Rufia, for me to still do something I wouldn't have had to have done it the first time. Did I ever tell you guys that YouTube was a good career path? So how can we still do something if we're not doing it to begin with? So you meaning, am I going to start recommending it? Probably not. Isaiah, dude, if a 5 foot 835 pounds should just gain muscle, whoa, man, if you're that light, yeah, I would just gain. I mean, I don't want to tell you to avoid cardio. You can eat food, right? Look, if you burn a little bit of calories of cardio every day, just eat more. Like a little bit of cardio is good for your health. You should at least walk. But man, ice cream fitness, yep. Hey, I appreciate that light, Nigerian Prince. But the light didn't go up, so I don't see it appearing. How long does it take to get 100? I haven't gained significant followers in a long time. So I broke 100,000 followers 10 years ago. In the last 10 years, I've only gained 14,000 followers in the last 10 years. I hit the 100,000 a decade ago. I've had that silver play award and check mark for like 9 years. Hello, sir, can you do some push-ups? No, I'm not interested in push-ups. Pegasus, 94 kilograms at 5'6". Maybe half a kilo a week, man. Maybe half a kilo. What triggered the best level of growth of your channel? Shout outs. So the two biggest growth spurts my channel saw was first when the Hodge twins shouted me out in 2012. And then when I rebranded my new channel, and people started coming over to it, I got a shout out from Elliot Hulse. That was in 2013 for this new channel. This is my second one. And that blew up like 10,000 followers in a couple days. But I picked up like 5,000 followers in a week. I only had like 1,000 or something when the Hodge twins shouted me out in 2012. Right? In Texas, where are you at? Doesn't matter where I'm at, dude. Where am I at, boy? No, I'm in Spring. Respect. I love the Hodge twins. Wow, they hosted Mantel. Yeah, so they both gave me shout outs way, way back in the day. Right? Is it okay to lose 35 kilograms in 6 months? Maybe that's a lot, but if you're pretty fat and you need to do it, I mean, if you're really, really that overweight, yeah, it's better to just go ahead and lose it. If you can, that's asking a lot. Like, not necessarily is it okay, it's can you even do it? That's difficult. I mean, that's a serious undertaking. I wish you good luck with that. I mean, that's the sort of weight loss I pulled off my first year because I was, guys, don't ask me to do kilos. I was maybe 145 kilograms. And I went down to, I don't remember how long it took me though, maybe a year, year and a half to go from that to, see, 170 pounds. What's that in kg, guys? Like 75 kilograms. Last year I did it. Dude, if someone was in their 20s, what advice would you give them? Be more, well, for a young man, focus on your fitness, focus on your finances, your career, and disregard time sinks, avoid alcohol, weed, stuff like that. Just avoid anything that's gonna interfere with your inhibitions, anything that's gonna interfere with your productivity, and just get rid of useless time sinks. Video games, porn, just get rid of it, be my advice. You need Sam Sulek to give you a shout out. Life where you stay in your 20s. I don't know if Joe will give me a shout. I used to coach Joe for a little bit, but it's been so long. I don't even know if he'd answer back if I messaged him. No, I never said avoid serious relationships. You might meet the woman of your dreams in your 20s. That would be really bad advice. So what if you met a perfect match? You could meet your future wife in your 20s. You gonna avoid that? That's silly. That would be really silly advice. I wouldn't give you that advice, no. Hit that like button, guys. Definitely avoid dating strippers. I made that mistake. We all know Coach Blaha made that mistake. Man. Yep. No, I've definitely dated a couple of what we would call bad girls, and yeah, no more of that. I heard you eat your cereal with a fork. All right, who lied and told you I eat cereal? So here's my question: who lied to you and said I eat cereal, home skillet? I don't eat junk food. Like, I don't eat diabetes people food. Right? Do you think this is like a, hey, let's all have heart attacks and diabetes channel, or just call Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness? You better be talking about some rice. Like, my breakfast today is going to be chicken breast, brown rice, broccoli, avocados, with maybe some salsa on it, or some soy sauce. Can you dig it? I was 153 kg, lost 116, now 120, recovering. Oh man. Hey man, but you got this, woo. That's some good progress. Hey, woo, I am proud of you, man. You should be proud of yourself. You had a stroke, okay, but you can come back. So you keep working on your fitness. Dude, you lost 35 kilograms. Like, that's a hell of a start. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. Bro breakfast. Is soy sauce healthy? I need the extra salt right now. Sometimes. Because of the sweating, I need the actual sodium. All the cardio I'm doing and then I'm sweating during my workouts. Should I avoid fast food in my 20s? You should avoid fast food your entire life. So let's take the word 20s out and let's just go to the word fast food. Should I avoid fast food? Yes. Soy sauce doesn't have any sugar. There's no sugar in mine. Where'd you get that? And what type of sugar? We're not afraid of sugar. We're only afraid of refined fructose. I've made about 20 hours of videos on that topic, by the way. So let's not pretend y'all don't know my position on fructose metabolism. We talk about it in vast detail. Ridiculously vast detail. All right. I will never give up my double quarter pounder and cheese. Well, your heart might make you give it up one day. Have you ever had Chipotle, Coach? Yes. Hey, Jason, I'm just stuck in training and losing weight because I don't eat anymore. Is it because of my depression? What should I do? I used to work out to help my depression, but not anymore. Maybe to a therapist at that point, dude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, definitely training helps. But if that's not getting it done, you may need some other help. Cardio walking, no bread, no sweets, no fast food. A lot of egg, meat, vegetables, and fruits. That's probably reasonable. Although watch too much of the saturated fat, you've had a stroke now. I have one pizza per week as a cheat meal, stay pretty lean. I mean, a cheat meal for most people isn't a problem. Like, one cheat meal a week, if your diet is on point and your training's dialed in, you're not gonna get fat. But we're talking one cheat meal per week, one meal. Should I max out my Roth IRA every year? Probably, if you can. I wish I'd have done something like that. Billy, I don't eat fast food. But being from Texas, I'm supposed to say Whataburger, In-N-Out Burger. Technically, if I had to pick one, I was gonna do a cheat meal at a burger place, I'd probably go with Smash Burger. That's the best burger chain that I know of. I don't know if they have them anywhere besides Texas. There used to be one near my old condo. My stripper ex and I used to go there every night. Speaking of that other topic, sometimes I feel like my workout is subpar if both the wife and multiple times the night before What do you mean, man? Don't worry about it, dude. You'll get used to that. Bro, you're going to turn down multiple times with your wife the night before over a workout. You'll be fine, dude. Just get some extra carbs in. How do you like your steak? Rare. Blue, actually. Just me personally. Man, what happened to the likes or the views? We were doing good. Then it kind of trickled down. We better keep this flowing. What happened? There we go. Now they're bouncing around. It's because you guys aren't hitting the like button. We need more people to hit them likes. That'll get the traction back up. So usually if a couple people hit like, a bunch of views pop up in the next minute because it puts it out there. I like when we joke about your past. Well, a lot of times my past isn't actually real. Like what people say online isn't actually real. My past, people make up, is their delusions and their weird facts. It's not based on reality. But I can joke about my own past because I know what my real past is. So it's always fascinating. And there's a lot of stuff, man, I keep offline. People don't even know. Pretty much keep all my current personal life for years off the internet. It's just a good idea, you know? My girlfriend suddenly gets overweight and stays like that with no sign of change. Should I dump her? If you're a fitness person and you're dating someone who is not into fitness at all, you need to dump them. It's not going to work out. You're not going to have a compatible life. So the answer is obviously yes, and it's not because she's overweight. It's because she lives an incompatible lifestyle with you. Get those likes up for Daddy. He's right, man. Get them likes up. This is the lowest views I've seen. What happened? Because you write a movie about your life. The movie about my life wouldn't be that exciting. Like, what would the movie be about? Lifting weights, going to the shooting range, playing Warhammer, dating women, hanging out with my bro. Like, it would really not be as exciting. And it would be about having lots of trolls from the internet obsess over me. Like, my actual real life is really boring. Like, it is not as exciting as the internet makes it out to be. Like, I'm really, like, you remember we did a live collab and Ariel laughed about that? And, because she's a friend of mine, like Ariel Ziegler. And she kind of said that, she goes, I know people are obsessed with you. And I go, no, it's crazy because I'm really not that exciting. And she just laughs. And she goes, she actually even said that in the camera. She's just like, she goes, Farish, because I love you to death, Jason, but you really aren't that exciting. And not enough to warrant the attention I get. But fictional character people have created around me is really exciting. But it's not actually me. Makes sense? So the whole movie people would want wouldn't be about me. It would be about this fictional persona people created. Right? Big up, Coach. Drop my like. Appreciate it, Peppermint. Yeah, the likes were stagnant. We dropped down to 4 viewers for a minute. Crazy. But I'm letting the goofballs stay in here today with all their weird sexual comments. Just gonna let them go with it. All right? The Rufio is in here. The trolling stuff sounds pretty intense. Maybe a document. Yeah, I've had friends and loved ones suggest that. They're actually like, yeah, really, one day you may be able, they may be able to do an actual real documentary on you and case studies on cyber stalking. Because I've actually dealt with, and even police, I had a police department investigator look at it once and tell me that the level of cyber stalking that I deal with, he's literally never heard of anybody with less than 5 million followers dealing with that. Like, he's like, it's just like such a unique, rare situation. Well, like when he looked at all of it, he said, he's like, this is unheard of. He's just completely unprecedented for anybody with less than 5 million followers to deal with what you do. He goes, this has never been seen before. So that was interesting. I mean, they come in here every day with new accounts. So it's kind of interesting, right? Good to know to see. Yeah, there's always going to be regulars in here. I haven't seen any clients in here yet, though. I get clients in these every day, at least one client, or former clients. Are you promoting lean gains for more views? What do you mean? No, I'm promoting lean gains because it's smart. It's random, but can you move your hand outward and show me your outfit of the day? No, not really. I'm just wearing shorts, work boots, and a fanny pack. Like abs low-key might be a cope. What are you talking about, huh? The level of stalking is very worrying, as those people are insane. They are, but none of them have money or resources. Like, they're all broke. A client, Ted, has a full-time job. Abs or cope, get strong and jacked. Well, what you're suggesting, though, Hung, is that people get fat. You don't have to get fat to get strong and jacked. You're really obsessed with getting fat. But that's because I know you're a troll, by the way. It's all good. So I created this own little personality to try to annoy me. No, you don't get to see. Technically, they don't like the contents of my fanny pack can get me downvoted for me to show it. They don't like pew-pews. So Billy. But yes, there would be a Glock 19 with 3 extra mags in there. All right, stop eating so much. I bike 20 minutes and 2 hours and still fat because I eat too much. Well, yeah, that'll do it. Hey, Hung, you do type weird stuff though, dude. We already know that. So, well, I mean, I'm letting you stay with this particular one. It's all good, man. Because you haven't got too annoying. I'm actually learning to just not get annoyed in the lives. I'm doing so many of them. It's like, it's pretty hard to annoy me. Like, I only get rid of people who I kind of have to because they hit certain topics that I cannot allow on here. So otherwise, it's like, okay, not really a big deal. Being a little annoying is not a big deal. 3 mags. Hey, Billy, that's because you don't know anything. 3 mags is not excessive. But we're not going to cover that topic here. You sound like a pussy to me. All right, next. That's a little excessive. Well, you know what? Deadlifting 500 plus pounds is a little excessive. But we don't stop us from doing it around here. Do you really need 5 plates on the bar? A little bit much. How would you rate Trump first 100 days? I mean, he's done okay. He hasn't done bad. There's stuff I would like him to do better, so I don't know. I don't know how I would rate it. This isn't a political channel. I'll give him 6 out of 10. I'd like to see the economy improve faster. Pretty miffed with RFK, though. He made a lot of promises and isn't following through. He's doing really stupid stuff. There's nothing to do with health. With his Make America Healthy Again. That's probably a good move. Seems like a bulk of your viewers here at the laughs and domestic. Someone's here for the fitness. No, the majority are here for fitness. It's just the same full of people who come here for the other stuff. No, we get tons. Like, I have some of these streams where I literally have 25 people asking fitness questions. Right? Somebody's over there yelling. Not my problem. Not to sound like it. Greetings from the UK, Jason. Hope you're well. I'm doing good, man. Coach, you should be right. They shouldn't put me in charge of Maha. We'll ban all refined sugars other than small amounts. You can buy small user amounts to, bake a birthday cake or whatever for your grandkid. Nothing industrial scale. Stop cooking all foods and fats. That means beef tallow goes away and seed oils and butter. Again, butter only in small amounts for baking or something on for kid's birthday cake. It shouldn't be a lot of regular food. Done. Trump had to make behind the scenes. No, they're not talking to me at all, Billy. Someone's yelling at their kid or something inside their house. All right. You're very motivating. I watch all your videos. I appreciate it, Mo the bro. I'm glad I'm able to motivate you to be the best version of yourself. That's what we try to do. All right. That's what we try to do here. Get those likes going though, guys. We need to get that view count up on the final back half of this live. The views were good for a bit, then they dropped way down and they've not picked back up sufficiently. Yeah, Mo, I appreciate that, man. Mo, you got any questions or other comments? All right. So yeah, but we'll get the leg day vlog up. Like I said, the leg day vlog was kind of mad today because I just couldn't get squatting down. So I tried to just grab the SSB and it didn't feel right. I did one set. But I was really happy with the squatting on Friday. I need to just go back and do what I was doing there. I just didn't feel like I wanted to get under a normal straight bar. But I'm really liking when I do the deep pause squats, right? Well, Billy, if you would like to purchase one and send it to me through my Amazon gift list, if you want to get me the newest iPhone and send me one, I'll use it. Maybe I'm just lucky that I'm almost 41 and never once have I felt, man, I need. Hey, Peter, that's not really a topic you want to breach with me. You're not going to like my answer. I hold strong, that's the one political topic I hold strong views on. It's not about you. You're a citizen. You live in a free country as a citizen. You're a grown man. You have an obligation to defend your community around you. You're not fulfilling your responsibility as a man and a citizen if you do not care. Full stop. That's how I feel. So, nothing to do with living in a dangerous area, but I don't cover politics here. That is one political issue I actually have a strong opinion on. I'm not that political. That one I am. No, Rufio, I'm not going to incorporate running. We already know why. You should walk across. Why would I walk across just for dollars? Hey, Isaiah, I'm not going to cover all that. Again, you guys are trying to get my monetization hurt, so stop. You can go look that up. They're opposite extremes. For health, would you blow up your followers? What? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. Coach, would you ever add swimming to your cardio? It's just less damaging. I mean, swimming could be good. It's just not convenient for me, right? Right now, it's just not convenient. Would you run or chase by zombies? No, I don't need to. Same guy earlier, carrying 3 mags is a little excessive, 3 extra bags. Well, you know, but if there's a zombie issue and I'm trying to get home, it's not excessive. So there we go. Problem solutions, I have them. All right, next. All right, let's get over to non-political, non-gun stuff, by the way. Again, I feel like you guys are trying to hurt my actual stream, so I'm gonna have to start banning for that. That's gonna be something I do need to ban for. Dragging political talk. This problematic. Probably gonna need to get rid of y'all. Swimming is the best cardio. It's not necessarily the best. It's definitely good. Like, swimming is absolutely good. Would be goated live the day Coach attacked zombies on a morning walk alive. The stream would get unmonetized for it, unfortunately. You know, because in a zombie apocalypse, I should still be worried about my monetization, you know. I have to wonder if most of the people on the internet don't lift, man. Y'all don't ever talk about lifting. You guys don't ever talk about fitness. Half of y'all don't. I think most of these guys in the streams are just Cheeto eating virgins living in their mom's basement and they're like 300 pounds. All right. Is there no benefit? Sport specificity. So if you're purely pursuing health and maximizing body composition, no, lower intensity cardio is king because it doesn't interfere with your strength training. Your lifting is what builds your muscle. That's kind of the key to your body composition. So if you're doing any cardio that interferes with your workload in the gym, it's a problem for body composition. So that's the problem with higher intensity cardios. Now, if you need them for sport specific reasons, they make a lot of sense. But again, if we're just in the pursuit of health and body composition, but lifting is your primary, and then you burn extra calories and get your heart rate up a little with a little slower cardio. Right? Coach, I lift, but I've not been in the game as long as you. Yeah, fair enough. Man, this is going to be the worst stream I've had in 3 days on the views. Oh, well. We'll have to live with it. We'll just have to do more of them later to make up for it. Yeah, I think it's because too many political stuff got brought up and that put people off. So I'm going to have to start banning for that just to get it out or ignore it completely. All right. Yeah, it absolutely kills my lives. So lesson learned. In the future, either just ban y'all or ignore it. I've been lifting for 14 months. I can only overhead press 185. How do I get strong? Dude, a 185 overhead press is crazy good. What are your other lifts, though? That's usually not even our most important strength standard. But keep training longer. It's consistency. Keep putting in the work year after year after year. Right? Peter, there's no benefit to having a really strong heart. It only does slow walking. You're going to get a stronger heart from all the other stuff. So, no, Peter, higher intensity cardios are usually sport specific. Right? So what I'm telling you is lifting weights is primary. And you're going to get a higher intensity heart rate out of your lifting. You do know there's going to be some conditioning and slower cardio. And I'm not telling you to never do higher intensity cardio, but understand from a health perspective, it's not going to do as much as you think it is. Not if you're doing the other two. But if you're looking for sport specificity, like you're a boxer, okay? Yes, absolutely. Isaiah, there's no set amount. I would say your minimum, bare minimum would be an hour and a half to 2 hours of walking a week, of brisk walking. Should be really a baseline just for basic health. Other cardio you can then add obviously beyond that for other health benefits. And that's assuming you're lifting weights too, right? Matthias says, hey Jason, what's up Matthias? How are you doing, man? He's a regular in here. So hopefully we get more views on this back part so that we can get a good total view count. Because this time slot yesterday, we got 600. So I was hoping to see that again, but oh well. No, that's not client Matthias. Matthias is a fairly common name. I've actually had multiple followers with that name. Should I go hard like David Goggins, run 5 miles a few times a week? No, not necessarily. We just covered the whole David Goggins thing, man. Don't get your fitness advice from former Navy SEALs. This is a line I've heard many a times. They're a bad source of fitness information. They're a good source of information on how to take over a small country, right? So again, don't go to Goggins for fitness. Go to Goggins to learn how to build insurgency, okay? Makes sense? Stick to what they're good at. Thoughts on supplementing vitamin D3 and K2. I live in Northern Europe and don't see much sun. That might be wise. Yeah. So those fall under situationally useful supplements, right? I say most supplements are useless. There are some that are situationally useful. That falls under situationally useful. Could reverse hyper be used every day for building strength or prehab? It can be used every day for some prehab, yeah. I don't know if you're going to build strength doing it every day, right? Chad, I don't know if you're going to build strength doing it every day, but for prehab purposes or rehabbing your low back, I've done that myself. I've prescribed it for clients at different points. I don't do it now. I do it twice a week right now. Yeah, Goggins gives dangerous advice on fitness. I agree. And no disrespect to his other skills. Again, if I wanted to take over a small third world country, I would go to David Goggins for sure. You know? So being able to run or bike fast in an extended period doesn't provide superior heart. Okay. You say heart health, okay, lung function. Sure, superior lung function. But that's not going to improve your health. You just asked two completely different things. So do you care about lung function or do you care about heart health? Keep in mind the lung function is not necessarily going to make you healthier per se. It's going to give you better lung function. So now we're over to sport specificity. No, you're not necessarily going to get better heart health. What form of exercise When it's been studied in meta-analysis, improved heart health the most, when only one modality was used. Peter, what did meta-analysis show by the top researchers? If you only did one form of exercise, which one improves heart health the most in the data? Okay, so which do you think it was? I'll give you a hint. It was weightlifting. Believe it or not, that is what the current scientific consensus is based upon meta-analysis. By a small margin, weight training wins out. So you can add your cardio to it to enhance it further. What do you do for recreation in your life? Really nobody's business. So why choose? Sure. So, and I agree, Peter, you don't have to choose. But do you see where I'm going with it? So you're talking about the higher intensity, but I'm like, we get a lot of what you want for the heart health from the lifting. And I'm not going to really argue the point, but the problem is, here's the problem with higher intensity cardio. And I'm not saying I don't ever do it, by the way, right? Yeah, I'm live every morning, pretty much, Isaiah. So Peter, I'm not saying to never do it, but what's the problem? It interferes with your lifting. And if it interferes with your lifting recovery, you can't lift as much. You're going to get less body composition improvement, less muscle. Muscle is protective. So let's set aside even the cardiac health. Muscle is protective against all the other diseases that kill us. Every ounce of muscle you gain is another layer of protection, especially lower body muscle against diabetes, cancers, everything else, right? The more muscle you have, the more resistant you are to cancer. So you're shortchanging lower body muscle by doing a lot of high intensity cardio, potentially. So that's kind of my point. So if we're over here trying to maximize all these things, it makes sense. Now, if you want it because you enjoy it, or you want the lung capacity, or you need sport specificity, by all means. Like if you have a sport that demands two-minute intervals of power and high cardiac output, you should train for that, 100%. The Coach Louis program is a cornerstone. The GPP, but his GPP was often strength-based GPP. We're still back over to a strength component, you know? And I do prescribe some because there is sometimes powerlifting carryover. Is having goals a waste of time? No. Having goals is not a waste of time. You should definitely have goals. Hey, Isaiah, what do you mean percent? There's no percentage of 80%. No, just do the amount of cardio you need for health. But if you want muscle, yes, you need to focus obsessively on lifting. And then obviously for basic health, you should do at least some brisk walking or something just for health purposes and to help your recovery and everything. Like just being in shape helps your recovery. You'll recover faster between workouts. Means you'll gain muscle easier. Coach, what's more impressive, a 500 squat or 405 bench? I say a 405 bench. It's harder. Way harder. I'm a best you, what do you do your body weight and lifting numbers goals are, and you have said you have none. Yeah, at the moment. And you know why I don't. My goal is to maintain my strength and to lose body fat right now. That is the current goal. But I don't have a set body weight. I said I have a certain look. I have a certain body fat that I want to obtain. I don't know what I'm going to weigh at that body fat. So how can I set a goal? So how about I just keep doing the cardio and tightening the diet up until I get there? And when we get there, we'll see it. I'll look in the mirror and go, there it is. Right? What did Louis Simmons think about bulking? I'm not going to get into all that. Louis Simmons promoted garbage diets. That's why he died at 75. Right? But that's also equipped powerlifting. That's its own separate beast. So, right? Keep in mind, Louis Simmons' philosophy is we lift the heaviest weight possible at any price. There is no price too high. Right? Did you get the lick you're after during your last cut? No, I didn't quite get there. I need to get leaner. Nope, we need to get leaner. Quite frankly, I feel like at this point it would behoove me to get leaner than any of you guys have ever seen me. Fair? I'm not saying how many people were defending the sugar diet. I know, right? How many people are defending it in general? That's crazy. Sorry, guys. I'm reading this and walking into tree limbs. I don't know anything you just wrote, Nico. I don't know what either of those words mean. Those are not English words. So you're going to have to translate that into English for me. I don't know what country you're from or what those words mean. Because you think people should never psych themselves up. But no, they can occasionally is fine. You shouldn't be trying to do it all the time. Do you think Dorian Yates is intense? Yeah, Chuck Vogopol was intense. So, I never said I'm against cutting. Thoughts on pendlay rows. They're a good exercise. I do them sometimes. I prescribe them sometimes. You ever seen such shitty form that you had to go up to a guy and help him? In the gym, yeah, I have. I have clients who are like that. Dude, there's nothing scary to me as a coach, as a client who tells me, oh, they won't let me film at the gym right now, blah, blah, blah. And they give me their numbers back and they're not progressing like I want. I'm like, I need to see what your squats look like. Because I already know it's going to be horrible. Dude, I have 2 of those right now and I've had them a while. And they haven't filmed any of their lower body stuff. Well, they don't like it. And so I'm like, no, you need to tell them you need to film. And they did, and I was horrified. Like, I'm talking paying clients here. That's why I always tell people, you got to film your lifts. You have to. They're sitting there thinking they're squatting right, and it's like, I'm looking at some stuff that I'm horrified. I'm like, dude, I've been coaching you 9 months, and you wouldn't film any of your squats, and now that I'm seeing it, Jesus. Have you ever used smell? No, I don't like smelling salts. Thanks, coach. I'm trying to hit 100 kilos close grip again. I might need to stick myself. You don't need to psych for that. Just come in to do it. Either you're strong enough to do it or you aren't. You know? Either you're strong enough to lift it or you aren't. Just calling it like it is. Have to be all psyched up. No need for it. Well, I have a feeling this one's just not going to get the views we've been getting the last few days, unfortunately. We're like 48 minutes in and it's still down to 17 again. Oh well, we just accept these things. Rate your best decade, 20s versus, I have no idea. I don't know how I would rate that. Right? I don't know how to rate that. No, not even going to try. All right. All right, next. But peppermint, back to your point, not necessarily having to psych yourself for it. Just build up to it. Either if you're strong enough to do it, you'll lift it. You can come in and do it. If you're strong enough to lift it, you can do it calm. Just focus. And I say that, but it's hard to get clients to do it. I mean, I get clients all the time when they go to max. They'll touch and go their benches. I got clips of that up now. And I'm like, guys, pause it. Get in your zone, get calm, pause it. No, they still get psyched up. What do you do? There's only so much you can do, even as a coach with that. Coach, why did Sam Salute get a big following? He's not particularly interesting. Because a lot of people enjoyed the social awkwardness. They found it relatable. And he used ridiculous amounts of drugs to get really big at a young age. So that also blew him up. I mean, right time, right place. Coach, I get it. I have trouble with my clients lifting ultra slow motion on these centuries. Like what they're trying to do it, because they really don't need to. But no, I get people who they get too psyched up. They won't pause benching, even for a max. They'll bounce it a little. It's like, come on, guys, let's get it back under control. Uh, yeah, the whole ultra slow Easter thing is its own kind of weird little world. You have to wonder how that even got started. Well, I mean, I know how it got started, Vince Garanda, but you know, his was super crazy slow. Oh, the Iron Guru. He used to do that 8-second eccentrics. 8 sets of 8 reps with 8-second eccentrics. Like, how light are you guys having to go? Yeah, they still know how to be explosive. I mean, they don't always have to be explosive, you know. But people will lift too slow while mistaking it for control, to the point where they're losing force output, they're losing motor unit recruitment. You know, I'm learning to do stuff more controlled and less explosive even now. A lot of my lifting, I'm just trying to focus on size, because I can always get speed strength back up immediately with speed work. So I mean, most of my stuff now is not super fast, but I'm trying not to make it. I'm just trying to have controlled tempo on most of my stuff. Just want to maintain a good solid tempo, you know. All right. Well, I guess this one's just not going to get the likes and the views that I wanted. It's down to 9 views again. Oh well, what you going to do? All right. AZ, I don't know how really to describe that. It just was what it was. I was just going to school. I went to school mostly part-time anyways, so worked in the summers, made money, and then had money to live on, and worked other jobs to take classes. So I never had that type of college experience where you go full-time with no other work ever and live on a campus. I never did that. Yep. Well, the views are starting to come. Now we're getting some likes and a few more views, and I'm trying to get ready to wind it down. The next one will probably be better though. This is a weird slot. We never know how it's going to go. I'm failing squat more than 45 3 times. Yeah, that's why I know you're just trolling me, You're that same guy. I'm gonna let you post, but I'm gonna mostly ignore it. You just have to be consistent. That's it, man. You just have to be consistent. Just keep putting in the work. Be consistent. Gain your 1 pound a month, and you will eventually get there. And but I sound like a broken record telling you this. It's like I'm having to give you the same advice. You know, either you're going to listen or you won't. All right. So, you know, I would say maybe there's something else wrong with your recovery, your sleep, maybe the quality of your food, right? I mean, the fact that you spend hours a day in my live streams tells me I'm not sure what else you're doing with your life, bro. You make a lot of new accounts. So, all right. Not saying I don't mind the extra free money, but still. Yep. Well, because you're then expecting too much too quick, you need to be consistent and just keep putting in the work with a very slow weight gain and just put it in month after month after month. Like you're like magically expecting, a week has passed, so everything's going to be better. It's like you do the same stuff every day, and it's like, dude, you just have to put in the work. Nothing magical happens in a week. I had a triple at 365 on bench with a pause. I want so bad to hit a 405 with a bounce, right? Because you know you'll probably get it with a bounce based on that, but you know it's not going to count either. And that's the thing, man. Chad, we both know, and you know it's not going to count, you know. Unfortunately. And that's just the way it is. For a first car, should I spend as little as possible? I don't know. I don't have advice. Isaiah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe ask somebody else. Did Mark Bell start legal proceedings? No, why would he? How would he? What would it be his reason? First I've heard of that. Why did he threaten to? It's being spoken about a lot in his forums. Oh, for what? What legal proceedings? Yeah, whatever. I'm calling him on his BS. All right. Are we going to pretend it's not BS? Oh. That would be a really, really bad idea with me living in Texas. This is a horrible place to sue people for defamation. You usually lose and you have to pay them money. But time for me to wind this down. I'll do a couple more, 2 or 3 more of these later today, so I hope it's been informative. And I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.